Damn it. I was looking forward to my time off this summer. Didn't want to get pulled back into this so soon. Guys, I'm still on vacation, so this is going to be a short one. Okay, by now everyone's heard of what happened in Charlottesville last week, and somebody making equivalencies between both sides. I don't believe I have to say this, but when you say that bigots and white supremacists, along with those who are opposing such bigotry, are both to blame for what happened, you're implying that hatred of others is somehow on an equal footing as those who are against such bigotry. Don't get me wrong, there are leftists who are extreme in their ideology. The FLQ and the October Crisis are still within living memory. They were leftists and an extreme group who put their cultural identity at the forefront to defend and justify their militant actions. But the Nazis involved in Charlottesville were in no way morally equivalent to the counter-protesters there. Okay, I think it's safe to call these guys Nazis. First off, they were carrying these flags and chanting things like "Jews will not replace us" and "Blood and Soil." Blut and Boden being a Nazi slogan used to emphasize their glorious past and associated with the so-called master race. And second, even the Godwin originator says it's okay to compare these two. At what point did it become okay to say that comparing Nazis and their bigotry was equivalent in any way to those protesting against such bigotry? The greatest generation fought against them in the 30s and 40s, and guess what? While there was violence on both sides, nobody ever equated the two. I don't think anybody would comfortably go to a survivor of Juno Beach and tell them, hey, just so you know, you and the guys you fought against were really just the same. If you ever want your ass handed to you by a 90-year-old, give it a shot. The hatred and reprehensible actions built into the Nazi regime has made them the go-to villains since before I was born. One of the first-person shooters used them as an enemy to be single-handedly mowed down, and nobody complained about that. When a group was needed to have their faces melted off by god magic, nobody batted an eye when Nazis were used. Even that guy who totally wasn't a Nazi but was marching with them. Hey, need someone to make your murderous meth dealer a good guy by comparison? Break out the neo-Nazis. Hate that guy's look. These guys were, and should be, seen by the modern world as villains for the horrendous crimes against humanity they perpetrated. The fact there was both a resurgence of people like this and tacit acceptance from the leader of the country these protests happened in is both frightening and sad. And to get back to the original point of these rallies, removing the participation award statue for the losing team is not erasing history. It's simply ending a celebration of that history. When my son did his tour of the concentration camps earlier this year, he noted how devastated and run down the place had become. The Germans did not erase what happened from their history, but did not think that celebrating it by continuing to maintain these places was necessary either. I have never been on the grounds of a residential school or seen a single monument to them, but I don't need these things to know the shameful history my country has had. We can learn about and remember things from our past without needing to celebrate them with monuments and statues. Be an adult and understand that while there are things about everybody's country that should not be a source of pride, not honoring them is not the same as erasing them. And by the way, those tiki torches, those human pieces of scum we're carrying, I always thought citronella was supposed to keep away blood-sucking pests, not be carried by them. Anyway, gang, I'm back on vacation. See you in September, unless something else unbelievably cringeworthy happens. Not wrong.
We ain't trying to be police, see you later.